Welcome back to the 1216 podcast. This is 12. Of course, gotta rock the Shinron shirt. You know how it is. Big Shinron. You know what the fuck going on. You know the vibes. R.I.P. to the GOAT, Toriyama. The man, father of manga. Let's get right into it. We had enough of our piece, but now it's time to get back to some One Piece. And as we get back to some One Piece, we have chapter 1109, Termination. And the cover art they give us is finally a submerged Onigashima cover art. This is Onigashima, and the bottom, you can see it submerged underwater, which makes you think a few things with it. One, they saying that we're going to actually somehow, some way break the bottom of Wano to get inside there and get that ancient weapon out. Now, could this somehow tie into that somehow, some way? I hope not, but for right now, we do know that Onigashima is tossed into the sea because of what happened, because it fell from the sky. Makes you think a little bit coming towards seeing that Onigashima submerged, and we may or may not see this coming with Blackbeard opening it up and going inside there to get one of the ancient weapons. Let's get right into the chapter itself. The chapter picks up, of course, of the Stellas and Vegapunk having a conversation. Shaka and Vegapunk are going back and forth, just asking to make sure that, this is going to work out. It's going to be safe. Is the war really ready for this information? And they're going back and forth and trying to decide what to actually do with the information itself. Of course, the information will be broadcasted, and because we have the information broadcasted, that means that we're going to need a time frame to keep it going on. So we have Vegapunk has to think about a few seconds right now, minutes, an hour preparation time. That way they can get into and fully let the world know what's going on with whatever message Vegapunk is going to put out there. Vegapunk, of course, tapped into the Marines' comms traffic to make sure that they can piggyback off of it to amplify their own. And as this is all going on, we do see that people from around the Egghead Island, people from around the island right now, are all trying to figure out what Egghead is up to, what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, and why his voice is coming through the transponder snail as of right now. So, of course, Jay Garcia, knowing that Vegapunk is planning to do something, he just doesn't know what it's going to be. Jay Garcia looks very confused right now. But then Vegapunk and Shaka get to talking a little bit more. Well, not really Vegapunk per se, because Vegapunk is in the arms of Sanji still. So a pre-recorded Vegapunk message, I'm assuming, but the Vegapunks, the Stellas, are all trying to figure this out. So we have to figure out whether or not they're going to figure out whether or not the message is going to be released in an hour or whatnot, and just trying to weigh the options. They land up on releasing it in 10 minutes because the preparation time, people of the world just need to know this as of right now. And we have people from all across the world, such as Marie Joie. At Marie Joie, of course, we have the other 4 girls say that are still left behind, that didn't go with Jay Garcia to Vegapunk's Egghead Island. They're all trying to figure out what's going to happen as well. They know that they seen Vegapunk with the killing blows, so they trying to figure. They all are wondering how Vegapunk is even transmitting right now at this state. So the world government is in complete shock. It looks like it could be like a Vegapunk pre-recorded message or not, because we know from looking at Egghead that Vegapunk is on the ground in Sanji's arms with a hole through his entire stomach, his abdomen area. So the world gets to looking at it. Dressrosa's activated. They're looking to see what's going to be said. We have the people of Tuntland as well as Princess Rebecca. And it looks like we have King Cobra here as well. It looks like King Cobra is inside the crowd, so this has to be before, which doesn't make sense. No. Okay. We have Rebecca and her father there as well as the Totland people, all of the people who gathered under Luffy and Usopp when they were doing the raid up on Dressrosa. We have the people of Fuchsia Village, so of course Luffy's home village is looking on as well. We're inside Water 7, so the Grand Line is looking on. The Economic Journal, that island is looking on as well. They're all trying to figure out what's going on. And Big News Morgan points out that the clock in the background of the video has to be a clock that made this a pre-recorded message. So something that had to be activated as soon as Vegapunk were to die or his last breaths were coming his way soon. Something of that nature. So the North Blue, the West Blue, the South Blue, they're all in orders, just ready to go up on there, ready to listen to see what's going to be said. And it looks like even people inside the Kamabaka Queendom, and Egghead are all ready for this news as well. And the first thing it looks like that we see, it zooms in up on Shaka and Dragons looking on, and all we get is, "I think I'll be dead soon." And of course, that's the shock to a lot of people. And as this is all going on, we cut back to the fight with Luffy holding Jay Garcia and Kizaru inside his arms. And as they're trying to get away to go stop Vegapunk, Luffy, of course, is holding off Admiral of the Marines and one of the 5 elders inside the same, but with one hand apiece, while he's in Gear 5. And what he does is he riles up right now and does the Gum Gum Booming Dawn, which is when he smashes them together to make them look like they're flattened out. And once they get flattened out, he spins them around like pizzas and throws them like a destructo disc directly out into the water to try to toss them off of Egghead Island. He tries to send them all flying because, one, he doesn't want them to interfere with anything that Vegapunk has going on. Also, he wants to make sure that all of his friends are safe and will escape Egghead Island together. So Luffy right now is in clutch mode, and as he's smashing together and tosses them, we see Kizaru's body just flash directly towards one of the Marine ships off the coast of Egghead Island, and he's just laying there. But the other one turns around. Jay Garcia spins right back like a top and comes right back for Luffy. And Luffy's just, he's enraged right now. You can just tell that he wants to just figure out how to keep Jay Garcia down. That's not going to stop without, that's not going to be that easy of a task to do. Kizaru is sitting here and he's looking on right now like, what in the world is happening? What's going to happen right now? And he's just defeated. He's at a loss of words because he has his best friend from a very long time, a close friend of his that has to die inside his hands as well, all because he couldn't keep his mouth shut. So it looks like we have conflicting thoughts going through Kizaru's head, but the fight that Jay Garcia and Luffy is going on right now has been put at probably the pinnacle of it, because now that we see that Jay Garcia is getting serious, Luffy is looking on like what's going to happen next. And next thing you know, all we see is 4 black magic circles come down with black lightning from the sky. And as soon as it hits, we know already that it has to be something dangerous. This looks like Jay Garcia called in backup and either summoned the other 4 members of the 5 elders, or he has a plan where he's going to clone himself, or has, some type of something with his spider powers to come into play. But I really hope he did not call the other girls to come to the island as well to give him backup, because that's just too much firepower at that point. If he did call him, of course, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. We know that Sanji is strong enough to kick back a leg from one of Jay Garcia's attacks. So with Sanji looking on and Luffy looking on and everybody else is just watching this black lightning come down, it's going to be interesting to see what we get right now. So let's stay tuned, of course, because next week is looking to be up. It's looking like it's going to be something serious is going to happen right now on Egghead Island. And I really hope that the other gurus did not get summoned there as well, inside of their beast forms too. So fingers crossed, hope, like, kind of not, but it's probably just the eggs, some high ranking individuals that Jay Garcia has summoned to his side that he has control over. Something for somebody such as Sanji and the rest of the crew to be able to take on. This has been an interesting ride, real interesting roller coaster. I can't wait to see what happens. And then, of course, the fact that we did get introduced to the cover arc of Wano and with Onigashima being submerged underneath it, I wonder what route they're going to be taking to go down with the cover arts. So stay tuned. We're gonna have all the greatest news for you right here on a 1216 podcast every single time a new video drops. So please check it out. If you do not know how to or when we're gonna drop stuff or understand when we're gonna drop things, please click on that notification bell down below. Make sure you sub up, of course, because you subbed up. It goes a long way with the support for the channel. We're still growing our best. So please show us some love out there as we always do with you. We want to interact with you guys. Comment down below in the sections. As you always know, I'm always going to reply. 16 will reply. We got y'all. We want to interact more. And without further ado, this has been it. Legendary story from a legendary man, Ichiro Oda. Been doing GOAT things. He follows inside his master's footsteps of Akira Toriyama. And again, rest in peace. You have brought nothing but happiness to the community of Mangakai and the community of anime. You're a legend and will always and forever be loved inside of our hearts and held there deeply. This is 12, signing off.